Tengo una oportunidad por el campeonato de FIBI de Dreamland. Sé lo que ha pasado para al fin ser campeona femenina, pero un campeonato se defiende y es un honor enfrentarme a ti en SummerSlam y espero que tendremos un gran combate, pero yo quiero ese campeonato, es algo que no se te tiene que olvidar.
Claro, Yosira, y eres una de las mejores luchadoras de la actualidad y el presente de este negocio, así que igual que tú es un honor que tú seas mi primera rival y que gane la mejor, pero lo que más importante que sea no una de las mejores luchas de SummerSlam, sino la mejor lucha de SummerSlam en la historia, así que Yosira, y nos vemos el domingo y que este campeonato femenino sea el mejor de la historia.
a war inside of me, and you watch it silently. Any idiot could see that I killed all the hope that I had. There's a war inside of me, burning red and honestly, and I wave it constantly, like a flag, like a flag, like a flag. This knife that's in my back keeps twisting. Anxiety attacks. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. 'Cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one who lasts last. You're advancing mercilessly, unprovoked and needlessly, and I march you into the sea, just to watch you drown in the end. I am used to these black eyes, to be bruised and antagonized, but it overwhelms my mind to believe that I called you a friend. This knife that's in my back keeps twisting. Anxiety attacks. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. 'Cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. I crawl on broken glass to be the one who lasts last. And down the trenches I will go, fight the armies on my own. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. 'Cause I crawl on broken glass to be the one. This is a battleground. I'm caught in the crossfire. My words are weaponry, and I'm waiting patiently. You win the battle now, but I will return the fire. I crawl on broken glass to be the one who lasts last. To be the one who lasts last. Too long alive for someone so low. I feel for you, but now it's time. It's gonna tear you apart from this world. anymore. I don't need your complications. Greed is all you offer. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never define me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never complete me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never control me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never break me down. I can't believe in you any longer. I am stronger. I can't believe in you any longer. I am stronger, stronger than you. You are empty, you are guilty, you are dead. Dead to me, and I'm never looking back. I will leave you behind, rusted, lost in time. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never define me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never complete me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never control me. Fuck that, I don't need that. You will never break me down. I can't believe in you any longer. I am stronger. I can't believe in you any longer. I am stronger, stronger than you. Pulled me under, but now I'm well.
I made the devil run. I gave him poison just for fun. I had one friend, now there's none. I made the devil run. I broke so many bones, but none of them were ever my own.
Roman Reigns, ¿en serio quieres que te dé tu revancha? Recuerda que yo te gané en el evento estelar de WrestleMania y te quité el campeonato mundial y te dejé fuera del negocio por medio año, pero como quieres que te gane otra vez, está bien, en SummerSlam te ganaré por segunda vez y en el evento más grande del verano, y tú se me reconocerás porque yo soy el elegido del wrestling simulado.
The end of hate
Después de acabar con el metido de Seth Rollins y alejarlo del campeonato mundial por un año completo, me aproximó a ser el nuevo campeón mundial de Danny X Wrestling simplemente porque me lo merezco. Y CM Punk, con todo respeto, ya se acabó tu tiempo, es hora que un joven talento tome ese campeonato y sea la nueva cara de esta empresa, así que el sábado en el evento estelar seré su
Interesante, dices que te mereces este campeonato solo por ganar un rivalidad con el rarito de Seth Rollins, alguien que no es tan importante, pero está bien, te ganaste una oportunidad y te la tengo que dar según tu joven talento, pero el sábado en SummerSlam se verá si en verdad estás listo para ser campeón mundial y también si estás listo para el mejor en el mundo.
much to see you with your face inside when the fight is leaving. It doesn't take long to bleed when your heart grows cold. It's never too hard to bleed. When your faith inside has left you screaming, with everything pushed aside, no heart, no soul. Take my hand or let go. I'm left, no choice. We live in a black hole. So let's go destroy the obvious. I'm left, no voice. I live in your echo. So let's go destroy the obvious. It's a God you can live beneath. It's a place and time where faults have meaning, where everything beautiful turns sharp, grows cold. You're the fake, you're the powerful. You're the tear, you're the hate, you're the lie you're feeding. A life you can justify where the dark won't show. Take my hand or let go. I'm left, no choice. We live in a black hole. So let's go destroy the obvious. I'm left, no voice. I live in your echo. So let's go destroy the obvious.
gonna make it bend and break. Say a prayer, but let the good times roll, in case God doesn't show. And I want these words to make things right, but it's the wrongs that make the words come to life. Who does he think he is? If that's the worst you got, better put your fingers back to the key. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like you, sweeter. One night, yeah, one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, sweeter. To the future, but my eyesight is going bad, and this crystal ball, it's always cloudy except for when you look into the past. One night stand, one night stand, one night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like you, sweeter. One night, yeah, one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, sweeter. I only think in the form of crunching numbers in hotel rooms, collecting paychecks to lovers. Get me out of my mind, get you out of those clothes. I'm a runner away from getting you into the moon. One night and one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like you, sweeter. One night, yeah, one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for the memories. It tastes like you, sweeter. One more night, one more time. Thanks for the memories, even though they weren't so great. It tastes like you, sweeter. One night, one more time. Thanks for the memories, thanks for memories. It tastes like you, sweeter.
Yeah. I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay, yeah. I battle with depression, but the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stressing, or am I suppressing rage? And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a fucking phase, I just wanna feel okay. Okay, yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day, and it's probably cause my demons simultaneously rage. It obliterates me, disintegrates me, annihilates me. I'm about to break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. Popular, monster. Down, falling into love, now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster. I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself, I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my god, I keep on stressing. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. Yeah, it's not a fucking stage, I just wanna feel okay. Okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention. I need to change a couple things, cause something is missing. And what if I was alive?
El día del juicio final es una facción que tuvo una pequeña caída, pero hay que levantarse para ser los mejores, y eso pasará en este evento, en este PPV tan importante, porque Robert Vibreg le ganará a la falsedad del jefe tribal, y también Goku Black sea el nuevo campeón Inter Championship, y yo y Christian seamos los nuevos Tag Team Championship. El juicio final no ha muerto después de la traición de Bonnie, claro que no. El día del juicio final tiene su segunda oportunidad, y vamos por todo porque todos tendrán oro, y dejar de lado a unos que quieren nuestra corona que se llama Fenomenal Club. Así que SummerSlam, ¿estás listo para ser uno de los pasos más importantes de la historia? Y recuerden, juicio final para siempre.
Tell you everything is fine every single fucking day. I get closer to the grave. I am terrified. I fell asleep and I will again. Crash my car just to feel again. Let out race me. Seems to raise me. I am lightless. I'm about to break down. Searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster. This sorrow takes a hold. Don't leave me so cold. Your touch used to be so kind. Your